Welcome. Namaste. My name is Babette. Thank you so much for practicing with me in my yoga classes here on my YouTube channel. Thank you for your patience. I had a little bit of a pinched nerve in my shoulder, so I wasn't in my best place to practice and demo, so I'm really glad to be back. Today, lots of arm balances. Maybe have a set of blocks nearby, a towel, a bit of water, of course, primarily just your practice space, mat, your breath. It's really hot here in New York, so if you're in a hotter climate, take care of yourself, take a break if you need to. The heat can really change things up for us. When you're ready, please meet me in a child's pose at the back of your mat. Taking your knees nice and wide, big toes to touch, walking your hands forward and allow your forehead to rest on the ground. Just a moment to settle into the space onto your mat. Let your belly soften between your thighs, relaxing your feet, especially the top of your feet, into the mat. Maybe rock out your forehead a little bit, side to side, smooth out some tension. Relax your palms all the way through the arms, the elbows into the armpits. Take a nice long inhale through the nose, side out. Whenever you're ready, tent your fingers, lifting palms, elbows off the ground, and then push all 10 fingerprints into the mat, releasing your sit bones a little further towards your heels. Then walk your hands back towards you until they're in between your knees. As you kind of push down through your palms here, start to activate your Mula Bandha, so your pelvic floor lift, your core, navel in and up, pushing into your palms, so you can push up into your Malasana yogic squat. Hands to the heart really early, so maybe come up a little bit or sit on your block, or we're going to find a bit of a pulse here. On the exhale, take your hands down, push into the feet, face your toes forward and let your head drop. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, face your toes out, heels in, bend the knees, and then draw the hands back to your heart. Next inhale, tend your right fingertips in front of your right shin and reach your left arm all the way up. Try to lift your pelvic floor, not sitting so much in your hip joints. And then exhale, hands come back to your heart. Inhale, hands lower down, push into the feet, lift the hips, face, toes forward, head drops. One more pulse, inhale, half lift. Exhale, toes out, heels in, finding your Malasana, hands to heart. Stay here or tend the left fingers in front of the left shin. Reach your right arm all the way up. Find that big, beautiful wingspan. And then exhale, hands come back to the heart. Inhale, lower your hands down, pushing into the feet. One more time, lengthen through, face your toes forward. Let your head drop. Might be nice to take opposite elbows, a little ragdoll here, sway to side to side. Deep inhale through the nose. Sigh, flutter it out. Let your hands come down and heel toe your feet closer together as you find Ardha Uttanasana, your flat back. And then exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, come all the way up. Make sure you push through your feet to support your lower back. And then exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, sweep your arms up, get a little longer than those 2 moments ago. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana, really fully breathe out. Find a half lift on the inhale. Exhale, walk it forward into a plank pose, palm fingertips, palm fingertips, palm fingertips. Finding your hands, push through your palms, look at your fingers, spread them out wide. Wonderful place to wake up, kick through your heels, push the back of the heart to the ceiling. And then allow your hips to draw back for a downward facing dog. A bit pedal out of the feet can feel nice. Maybe a gentle head bobble. Just a little bit of fluidity into your downward facing dog. Stay connected to your hands. Spread those fingers out nice and wide. On your next inhale, let's lift your heels, hips, dome the spine forward into a plank pose. And then exhale, draw the hips back through your cow spine to downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward, ripple through the spine. Exhale, draw it back, downward facing dog. One more time, inhale, coming forward to your plank. And then exhale, draw that back to your downward facing dog. Just to build a little heat. And again, some movement through the spine. Inhale, come forward to plank. You can lower your knees down, cow spine. Shoulders forward, elbows back, knees, chest and chin. Untuck your toes, slide forward onto your belly, low cobra. Exhale, all fours, retuck, downward facing dog. And then you're always more than welcome to just to ripple through your spine, take Astavakrasana, knees, chest and chin. Or of course, inhale, coming forward to plank. In one plank, Chaturanga Dandasana. Upward facing dog, push through your palms. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Deep inhale through the nose. Maybe side out. Step your feet a little closer towards your wrist and separate them a little wider than inner hips width apart. It's still early, so maybe you just want to take your right hand underneath your face or take it to the left outer calf, ankle, heel, thigh, whatever you can grab. Pushing through your heels and left palm, peek underneath the left armpit. Maybe check out the ceiling. Deep breath in through the nose. Side out. Then let's switch sides, right hand back down. Left hand underneath your face or to the outer right thigh, calf, ankle, heel, peeking underneath the armpit. Deep inhale through the nose and side out. And then let that ankle, thigh, calf go back to a regular downward facing dog. And then take it into a brief child's pose, knees nice and wide. Big toes touching, take a beat. I'm just gonna double check that all my technology is doing what it's doing because you never know these days. Cool. All right. Next inhale, all fours, hands and knees. And then exhale, downward facing dog. So going really slowly from time to time can actually make us very strong and build for a lot of mobility, aka that strength, that control in our flexibility. So we're going to play with that a little bit. The next inhale, bring your big toes touch back of the mat, floating your right leg up. This is where it already begins, in control. Bend your right knee, take a beautiful open hip, circle through your ankle clockwise, and a whirl the other way. Then on the next inhale, I dare you, how slowly can you try to draw the right knee to your right tricep, coming on the ball of the left foot, starting to look forward, shoulders over your wrists, looking between your thumbs. And then once you have your touchdown, inhale, send your right leg all the way back up into the sky. Exhale, same control, lightly step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. And then lower your left knee down, untuck your toes. Take a moment, inhale, look forward, weight comes forward. With a little wider stance here, exhale, a half split, Ardha Vinyasa. Just draw those right toes towards you. Inhale, pull the heart forward, right hip back, and then maybe exhale, go a little bit deeper. Let's bring it forward on the next inhale, rebend your right knee. Tuck your left toes, kick to the left heel, the knee lifts. Inhale, turn to your left through a wide forward fold, exhaling there. Very brief inhale, half lift. Exhale over your left leg, a runner's lunge. Keep your right hand down and inhale all 10 toes to the left for a boomerang twist. So you're on the pinky toe edges of both your feet. On the next inhale, turn back over your right shoulder through that wide forward fold. Find an exhale. And then on the next inhale, turn over your right leg, finding that runner's lunge. And then pivot your left heel to the right. Inhale, come up to a warrior two, finding your feet. Arms on the horizon. Next inhale, flip your right palm, go for reverse warrior here. Beautiful straight arm, massive side waist opening. Exhale, enjoy triangle pose. And lengthening through, right hand is just gently resting, left arm up. Taking a beat in this phenomenal side waist opener just on the left side. And now I try to roll that right hip underneath you, lengthen through the neck. Pushing into your feet, inhale, reverse warrior. Bend your right knee, sweep your right arm overhead. And exhale, side angle. Let's take forearm to thigh, Parsva Bakasana, first krama variation. Left arm over your ear. Breath, breath, breath. Try not to sink in the left shoulder or right shoulder or the right forearm here. Now take your left hand to your hip. Look down in front of your right foot. Take your right hand in front of that right foot. Maybe go for a block. Half moon pose as you float your left leg up to the sky. A left hand can free itself up to the ceiling as well. Breath, breath, breath. Get super light in that bottom hand. Maybe float it for a moment. Then on the exhale, take your left hand down to the ground and internally rotate your left leg. Face those left toes and kneecap down. Now draw the left knee into your nose. Look forward so you can bend your right knee and then thread your left leg completely through and have a seat. Bend your left knee and draw that heel into your right glute and step your right foot over your left thigh. And your nice seated twist setup. Right hand goes behind your seat. Inhale, left arm up. And then exhale, find your twist. Ardha Maksikanagasana. It's a beautiful twist that can be elbow, tricep, or palm. But keep that superhero on the heart twisting from your thoracic. Use your inhale to counter twist to the left. Pushing into your feet and hands, lift your hips, turn over your left shoulder, finding Malasana, facing the back of your mat. Hands to your heart. And then please lower your hands down, lift your seat, face your toes forward, lengthening through the legs a little wider, forward fold. Heel toe your feet underneath you as you half lift. Exhale, double tap, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up, Ardha. And then exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, arms reach up, get a little longer. Exhale, fold over, Uttanasana, forward fold. A half lift on the inhale. Exhale, walk it forward until you're in a plank pose, shoulders over your wrists. You can take knees, chest and chin, or Chaturanga Dandasana. Coming up to Cobra or upward facing dog. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Breath, breath, breath. Just make those exhales count. Make sure you're not just breathing in, but also fully breathing out. So we're facing the back of your mat. We're gonna make our way back to the original front of the mat. Bring your big toes to touch and then inhale, float your left leg all the way up into the sky. Bend the knee, find that beautiful turnout. Give the ankle a whirl, a clockwise, a counterclockwise. Then please on the inhale, re-lengthen through your left leg. Remember, so super duper slowly. So if you're going in slow motion, draw the left knee to the left tricep, coming high on the ball of the right foot. Look between your thumbs, shoulders over your wrists. And then on the inhale, send the leg all the way back into the sky. Exhale, same control. Step that left foot to the outside of your left hand. Lower your right knee down, untuck your toes, looking forward. Create space in the front body. And then draw your hips back for your half split to a little wider variation. Maybe just flex that left foot if you want a little bit more in the hammies. Go for a small half lift. And then exhale, fold over. Inhale, weight comes forward, rebend the left knee. Tuck your right toes, knee lifts. Exhale, turn over your right shoulder through a brief wide forward fold. And then inhale, turn over your right leg, runner's lunge, the original front of the mat. Left hand down, inhale, all 10 toes to the right, finding your boomerang twist. Making sure this is from your legs, your feet, not so much that left wrist. And then on the next inhale, turn back over your left shoulder through that wide forward fold, exhaling. And then inhale, turn over your left leg, runner's lunge facing the back of the mat. And now let your right heel pivot to the left, and inhale, bring yourself up into a warrior two, finding your feet. Allow the soles of the feet to spread, receiving the ground underneath you. Inhale, flip it, tip it, reverse it. And then exhale, Trikonasana, triangle pose, hips draw back, kind of luxuriously going up and over, draw that left hip underneath you. Finding this stacking. It might help if you look up. You can literally see if your right wrist is over your right shoulder, as sometimes that proprioception of where our body parts are in space can be a bit challenging. Pushing into your feet, inhale, come back up, reverse warrior, sweep that left arm back all the way over your head. And then exhale, side angle, Parsva Konasana. First krama, we're going to go deeper later on. By the way, this is not an easier variation. You want to make sure everything is active and there's no sinking here in the shoulder, the forearm, creating space. Top arm is active. Left hip, roll it underneath you. Try not to stick your booty out. And then please take your right hand to your right hip. Looking forward, left hand in front of the left foot. Inhale, half moon pose. I'm going to draw my foot back because I don't want to land in my plant. And stacking your hips, right arm, free it to the sky. Find your breath, steady gaze. Try not to hyperextend in the low back. Curl your tailbone a little bit underneath you. Then take your right hand down to the ground and allow that to internally rotate your right leg, face those toes down. Plant your right hand into the ground or block. Draw the right knee into the nose. Start looking forward and then thread that right leg completely through. Have a seat. Bend your right knee, heel draws into the left glute and step your left foot over your right thigh. You might need to take a little bit of a quarter turn, but facing the back of the mat, take your left hand behind you. Inhale, right arm up, and then exhale, find that twist. Breath, breath, breath. Inhale, backing off, creating space. And exhale to go deeper. You want to use your next inhale to counter that to your right. And then pushing into your feet, your hands. Turn over your right shoulder, full 360 in your right foot. Finding Malasana at the back of your mat. Then take your hands down, sit bones up, face your toes forward. Allow your head to drop, forward, forward. A little wider addition. Half lift as you heel toe your feet underneath you. Exhale, double tap, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up, push into your feet. And then exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, arms reach back up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, walk it forward to your plank pose. You can lower down, chaturanga, knees, chest and chin. Upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep inhale through the nose. Side out. Now a little palate cleanser. Bring your big toes to touch. Take your shoulders over your wrists. Looking forward, exhale, squat back. And then Malasana. Step or hop your feet to the outer edges of the mat. So Malasana is just a wonderful way to prepare for crow pose. As crow pose, first and foremost, is open hips, core, and hands. And then not to forget your gaze. Let's take your hands down, push into the feet, lift your hips, face your toes forward. Now if you're still kind of working on your crow, I recommend that you take your knees into your armpits. You can also take it to that bony plate above your elbows. You will come up a little higher. So let's come onto your tippy toes, face your knees out. Literally scoop your kneecaps with your armpits. Hands are underneath your shoulders. Now you want to look forward. If you look down, you go down. So look forward, bending your elbows back. Place your shins on the triceps. Weight into the fingerprints. Draw your big toes to touch so you can draw the heels up. Look forward. Maybe you want to stay here, play here. Or perhaps, if you want, slowly take the crown of the head down to the ground. And then take your time to come up into a tripod. Hips go back, legs go up. Breath, breath, breath. Now 2 options. You can take this back to crow or teeter your legs back. Once you're in that 90-degree, jump back. Looking forward, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep inhale through the nose. Side out. And then take a moment in your child's pose or sit up by your shins. So, arm balances, we just got to discover how we redistribute the weight as we're literally taking everything onto our hands. So that journey is going to be different for a lot of us. Gaze, shifting our torso forward so our legs can float up, core, all of that kind of comes together. And that can just take some time. We're going to do that flow again, but I'll be adding on, making it a teeny bit longer. Inhale, all fours, hands and knees. Exhale, downward facing dog. If you want a vinyasa here, take it, flush out your spine or stay in downward facing dog. Taking your time. And when you're back in down dog, bring your big toes to touch and float your right leg all the way up into the sky. Bend the knee, open hip, stay here. Maybe a rock star over to your left. Let that right foot tip behind you. You can roll this all the way up to the ceiling as far as you want. And then pivot that back around into your right down dog split. So for Koundinyasana II, I like to walk my hands a smidge back. Now you have an option just to tap your right knee to the right tricep, or keep going forward, look forward, bend your elbows back, literally scoop yourself, maybe extend to the right leg, weight comes forward, Koundinyasana II, and then inhale, we'll meet in a right down dog split. Full breath in. Exhale, lightly in control, step that right foot to the outside of your right hand. Lower left knee down, untuck the toes. Inhale, look forward. Reach your right arm forward, up, and all the way back. Maybe go for your tail grab, pinky toe edge of the foot. Maybe come onto your left forearm if you wish. I say it all the time, I need to remind myself all the time, weight forward. Especially if you want to get into the front of that trailing leg, hip flexors, quads. Go for a nice big breath in, side out. Let the tail go if you have it, and come back onto your palms. Tuck your left toes, push the heel, knee lifts. You're in Uttanapastasana, lizard. Turn over your left shoulder through that, breathe wide forward fold, exhaling. And then inhale, turn over your left leg back of the mat. Right hand down, all 10 toes to the left, boomerang twist. So much hips today. Then on your inhale, back over your right shoulder. Exhale, breathe, wide forward fold. Inhale, back over your right leg, runner's lunge. Left heel pivots to the right. Warrior two on the inhale, find your feet. Inhale, flip it, tip it, reverse it. Maybe take your left lower arm around your lower back and actually push that right thigh down a bit. Keep that left arm where it is. Triangle pose as you take that right hand down. So that left arm around you is literally a hands-on assist. Right hand can rest on the shin, the ankle, maybe on the block or on the outside of the right leg. And then turn your chest open to the left. Long neck. Finding your feet. Inhale, a reverse warrior. Bend your right knee, sweep your right arm overhead. Keep that left arm behind you if you want. Side angle, Parsva Konasana, forearm to thigh, maybe hand on the inside of the foot. Find your breath. Or perhaps if you want, go for your bind, right hand underneath, peace fingers, wrist, and then pull your heart open to the wall that you are facing. Big breath in. And now keep or lose your bind as you come forward into a bound or unbound half moon pose. Very tricky stuff. Let that left leg float. Steady gaze. Perhaps if you're not binding, option of course to also take your right hand to your heart. Still lifting up. Breath, breath, breath. If you are binding, let that go, and let's take both our hands down to the ground. Internally rotate left leg, face those toes down. Plunge your left palm into the ground, draw left knee to nose, look forward, and then thread that left leg completely through. Bend your left knee, draw the heel into your right glute, step the right foot over your left thigh, and we're back in that seated twist setup facing forward. I'm going to scoot back a bit because I have literally fire here. Right hand behind you, inhale, left arm up. Exhale, twisting number 2 to the right. So many options. You can stay here, maybe a bind if you want, or taking both hands over to your right. Got to scoot yourself onto your left shin, and then you can literally make a tricep shelf with your upper arms, hands underneath the shoulders, look forward. You can find your cross-legged side crow, Parsva Bakasana variation. Maybe scissor out your legs for Koundinyasana I. Right leg forward, left leg back. Weight in the fingerprints, and then bend your knees. Take that back into your seated twist. Let's counter twist to the left. Push into the hands, the feet lift the hips, turn to your left. Malasana facing the back of the mat, hands to heart. Deep inhale through the nose, side out. Then take your hands down, feet push down, lift the hips up, face your toes forward. Little half lift, heel to your feet underneath you. And then exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold over your legs. Inhale, come all the way up. And then exhale, hands to your heart. Let's come all the way up. Ardha Astavakrasana, up hands. Exhale, fold over, Uttanasana. Half lift on the inhale. Walk it forward on the exhale to your plank. You lower down your weight, chaturanga, knees, chest and chin, or just draw it back to your downward facing dog. Okay. We're going to add some stuff here. Please bring your big toes to touch. And inhale, lift your left leg all the way up into the sky. Exhale, draw left knee to your nose, and then eagle wrap your left leg over your right. No need to do the double wrap. Just kind of like you're crossing your legs on a chair or something. Now keep that eagle wrap as you take a side plank into your left hand. Right heel pivots to the left. Reach your right arm up to the sky. Exhale, bend your right knee. Scoot your booty to the front of the mat. Then inhale, read lengthen back through your right leg. Right arm overhead. One more time, bend your right knee. Scoot your booty forward and place your booty all the way down to the ground so you're seated. Lift your right foot. Draw the right heel into your left glute, face forward, and you're in a seated twist setup with your left leg over your right. Now you can use your hands, a little bit tricky, or use your blocks. As you push the ground away, come up to stand, step that right foot behind the left, cross-legged forward fold. Try to bring your pinky toes to touch, head drops. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, double tap, forward fold, push into those big toe mounts. Keep your legs crossed. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. cross-legged Ardha, and then exhale, hands to your heart. At this point, all you gotta do is start to bend your knees and crawl that left leg up the right like a vine. Send your booty back, arms out to your sides. Right arm over left, just a hug this time. Now lift your elbows up towards your chin. Send your booty back and try to fold over your left thigh, scooping your left knee with your elbows. So breath is in the lower back. Steady on that right leg. Now take your right hand down to the ground, tented fingers or block. Left hand, grab the big toe edge of your left foot and then draw that left leg and tail all the way up and back behind you for Ardha Chandrachapasana variation. Go for 1, bit of a pause, go for 2. And then take a giant step back into your warrior 2. Again, feet. Inhale, flip tip, reverse. Exhale, cartwheel it down. Frame your foot, pop above the left foot for a right down dog split. Maybe you want a one-legged vinyasa. Maybe a chin stand. Up dog. To your downward facing dog. Deep inhale through the nose. Side out. And take your time, find a brief child's pose or sit up on your shins. Okay. Sip of water, towel off. I'm going to switch sides, but you can stay where you are. We're currently going through a heat wave here in New York. So make sure wherever you are that you take care of your energy. All right, second side here, coming onto all fours. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's bring your big toes to touch. Inhale, float your left leg all the way up into the sky. Bend the knee, open hip, beautiful. Or tip it over to your right, finding your rock star. You're on the ball of the left foot, outer blade of your right foot. Maybe turn this up as much as you want towards the ceiling. Find your breath. And then inhale, take that back around into a left down dog split. And again, for me, it helps to work my hands back underneath me, helps me to teeter-totter, so you can do that. Or slowly draw the left knee to your left tricep, or take it forward, look forward, slide your arms underneath you. Koundinyasana I, flying splits. Bring your weight into the fingerprints. And then inhale, take a left down dog split, all the way back. Exhale, in control, step that left foot to the outside of your left hand. Whoops. And then lower your right knee down, untuck your toes. Inhale, look forward, draw the chest forward. Sweep your left arm forward, up, and way, way back. Let that be enough. Or find your toe grab. Pinky toe edge of the foot. I like to come onto my forearm as it definitely brings me closer to the ground. And I go for a nice pause. Deep inhale through the nose. Inside out. Carefully let the tail go. Come onto your palms, tuck your right toes, kick to the heel, lizard. Exhale through that wide forward fold to your right. And then inhale, turn over your right leg or runner's lunge. Left palm down, all 10 toes to the right, boomerang twist. And then inhale, turn over your left shoulder. Exhale, brief, wide forward fold. Inhale, back over your left leg, runner's lunge. Right heel pivots to the left. Find warrior 2 on the inhale as you come up. Arms on the horizon. Reverse warrior on the next inhale. And maybe take that right lower arm around your lower back. Gently press the left thigh down. Keep it there as you exhale into triangle pose. Hips draw back. You can feel it with that right hand. And just allow yourself to kind of settle into this variation. This time hand maybe wants to come on the ankle, the shin, or again take it down to the ground, maybe on the block. Roll your right shoulder back, zip your inner thighs together, find your breath. And then use your next inhale to come back up, reverse warrior. Keep your right arm around the low back. And then exhale, side angle, forearm to thigh. Maybe hand on the inside of the foot. Maybe go for your bind. Peace fingers, wrist. Try to straighten through the arms and pull your heart open to the wall that you are looking at. Then looking forward, half moon pose, bound or unbound. Float your right leg up into the sky. Binding, beautiful. Maybe take your left hand to the heart. Floating up. A steady gaze, constantly working towards balance. Mindfully let both hands come down to the ground. Internally rotating that right leg. Face the toes down. Draw the right knee to nose. Plant your right palm down. Thread your right leg completely through. Have a seat. Bend your right knee so you can draw the heel towards you and step that left foot over your right thigh. Take your left hand behind you, inhale right arm up, and then exhale, twist to your left. I would recommend you do the same that you did on the first side, so maybe that bind if you wish. Or take both hands over to your left. Get all this beautiful support here around me. Come onto your right shin. Scoop your outer left thigh with your triceps quite fiercely underneath you. Then it's literally a weight distribution. Weight comes forward, cross-legged side crow. Maybe your Koundinyasana I, scissoring out your legs. Try to draw the heart forward. Whoops. And then bend your knees. Take it back to your seated twist. Let's counter. Inhale, turn to your right. Push into the palms of your feet, lifting up, circling through your right ankle malasana at the original front of your mat, facing back. Hands come down, push into the feet, hips lift, face your toes forward, let your head drop. Inhale, half lift, take your feet a little closer underneath you, and then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up, pushing into the feet. Exhale, hands to the heart. Let's sweep your arms back up, get long, Ardha Hastasana, inhaling. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, walk it forward to your plank. Lower down through Chaturanga, knees, chest and chin. Upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Remember, there's a little bit of an addition here. Bring your big toes to touch. Inhale, float your right leg all the way up into the sky. Exhale, right knee to nose, and then wrap that right upper leg over your left. Keep your thighs glued together. Take a side plank into your right hand. Left heel pivots to the right. Left arm sweeps up. Then bend your left knee, scoot your booty to the front edge of the mat. And then inhale, lengthen back through your left leg, roll left arm overhead. One more time, bending the left knee, you can drop your seat all the way to the front of the mat. Lifting your left foot, draw that heel in towards you, shift your weight forward, maybe a smidge of a turn, but you're then in a seated twist setup. Right leg over left, facing forward. Use your hands or go with blocks. Coming up to stand, take that left foot behind the right, cross-legged forward fold. Little half lift, maybe slide those pinky toe edges to touch, and then exhale, forward fold over your legs. Keep them crossed, push down, inhale, come all the way up, cross-legged Ardha Hastasana, and then exhale, hands to the heart. Keeping your legs wrapped, just start to bend your knees and that right leg will crawl up the left like a vine. Take your left arm over your right, just a hug here. Lift the elbows up to your chin, send your booty back. And then fold your belly over your right thigh. Maybe scoop the right kneecap with your elbows. Just take a sec. Breathe into the back body. Big, big hug here. Then lower your left hand to the ground. Tended fingers or block. Right hand goes to your left big toe. To the right big toe edge of your foot. And then curl that right leg and tail all the way up and back behind you. Ardha Chandra, Chakasana. Go for a pause. And then do that with your breath, right? Let the breath guide you into the opening. Go for one more. A push and a pull. And then carefully release a giant step back to your warrior two. Inhale, we'll flip, tip, and reverse to finish this wave. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down, pop them above the right foot. Inhale, a left down dog split. Perhaps you want a one-legged chaturanga or skip. Upward facing dog to your downward facing dog. Deep inhale through the nose, side out. And then take a moment, your child's pose, or sit up on your shins. Okay, sip of water, towel off. We're going into our second wave. A little side note, I love cycling. I'm a big cycling fan. I'm currently really closely watching the Tour de France. It's a very inspiring sport to observe, very humbling to practice. It's taught me so much being on the road and my practice. So from time to time you might hear a reference left or right. So I was about to say, we're going into our second stage. If you're familiar with the Tour de France, that might make sense. But anyway, second major wave. Wolf fours on the inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Alright, bringing your big toes to touch. Inhale, shoulders go over your wrists, looking between your thumbs. Exhale, squat back, look forward, step or jump. A half lift on the inhale, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend your knees, reach your arms up, chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, hands to the heart for your balance. Float your right knee up, figure four, right ankle, left thigh. Send your booty way back and pull your heart forward. So whenever you feel steady, ready, take peace fingers of your right hand around your right big toe, and then bring yourself up to stand, taking your right knee out to your right side. Left hand can come to the left hip, or reach it out to the left for balance. So once you have your leg balanced, by all means, kick your right leg out to the right for your Utthita B. Try not to stick your booty back. Draw the right hip underneath you. Then swing your right leg forward, Utthita A. Draw that right shoulder back for counterbalance. Draw the tailbone underneath you, so maybe you can lift that right heel a little higher. Then with toe lock, step your right foot all the way down next to your left. Keep your toe lock. Left hand lowers, inhale, half lift. Exhale, step your left foot back into a runner's lunge, keeping your toe lock. Pivot your left heel to the right. From the ground up, triangle pose. So start to draw that right hip back. Find your feet, push down, and then using your core strength to turn open towards the wall that you are looking at. Big breath in through the nose. Side out. Then release the toe lock to find reverse warrior. Bend your right knee, sweep your right arm all the way overhead. Exhale, side angle, right hand on the inside of the foot this time. Left arm around your lower back and go for your bind. Peace fingers, wrist, or hand towel as you turn your heart open to the wall that you're looking at. Keep that bind as you face your right toes to the left for a bound wide forward fold. Let the head drop. Make sure you're hugging your right thigh, not so much the center line of your body. Now with your bind, heel toe your feet a little closer together until they're about 2 feet or so apart, which is like half a meter or so, maybe a bit more. Knees are bent, you're in the bind. On the inhale, try to straighten through your legs as much as you can until your chest open to the left. And then exhale, keep your bind, but bend your knees a little bit and look down. So 2 more pulses like that. Inhale, lengthen through your legs, your chest opens to the left. And then exhale, back off a bit. One more time, opening this up. And then carefully relax. Now you can do that a couple more rounds. And then perhaps meet me in a tree pose. Left foot will be your standing leg. Or pop into the ball of your right foot with your bind. Inhale, look forward and up. And perhaps coming up into your bird of paradise. So find your leg balance first. Superhero in the heart. And then perhaps, if you want and feel steady, maybe straighten through your right leg. Just a cherry on top. Go for 1. Go for 2. Release the bind if you have it. Eagle wrap, right leg over left. And now eagle wrap, left arm over right. Give yourself a hug, half, or that full eagle wrap. Booty goes way back. Lift the elbows up a bit. Fold over your right thigh. Take your hands down to the ground. Now bend your left knee enough that you can step your right foot over to the left and your left foot over to the right, lowering down in Bakasana. So if this is a bit too much, just draw your heels in a bit closer or stack your knees or really walk your feet wide away from one another. Now perhaps you just want to sit up or forward fold a little bit, or for a deeper shoulder opening, reach your arms up. Bend your left elbow, hand in the nape of the neck, and reach your right arm around the lower back, and maybe find your peace fingers, 3/3 or 4/4. You can stay up, just try to draw the ribs in and pull your tailbone forward, or maybe with this bind, fold over your right leg. Huge pull on the right shoulder, so just be mindful. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Inside out. Cow face pose. Gomukhasana. Biggest internal hip rotation. Take your time to come back up. And then let's turn over to your left. Spin this around to a brief wide forward fold, facing the right long edge of the mat. Maybe adjust your feet. Find a half lift. Inhale. Turn over your right leg, facing the back of the mat. Lower your left knee down and untuck your left toes. Stay on palms. Maybe you want to come onto your forearms for your Astavakrasana, your lizard. So most of the time I teach Koundinyasana II coming from above, like a dog split. That gives us quite a bit of momentum. Taking it from the ground up is quite a bit more challenging. You don't have to do it at all, but maybe give it a try. Come onto your palms. I again like to walk my hands back. Tuck your left toes, lift the knee. As you try to slide maybe your shoulder, your right shoulder, smidge towards the inside of the right knee. Pop into the ball of your right foot, rock your weight forward. Then at that point, you want to try to bend your elbows back and find your Koundinyasana II from the ground up. And then let's meet in a right down dog split. Exhale, feet together, downward facing dog. And you can stay in down dog or come forward to plank pose. Lower through chaturanga, knees, chest and chin. Into your up dog cobra, downward facing dog. Deep inhale through the nose. And sigh out. All right. Actually, let's do this. Let's float your right leg all the way up into the sky. Bend the knee, open hip, rock star to your left. Open that up. And then just look down and lower your left booty cheek down to the ground, and you're facing the original front of the mat again. Find the middle of your mat. Bend your left knee so you can draw your left leg roughly in front of you. And then find your right lower leg and take it between your hands. I'll come to face you so you can see what I'm doing. Left lower leg is at the bottom, right lower leg, you're holding on to it. Maybe you want to take that whole lower leg between your elbow creases, kind of cradling your shin. This may be enough for you. If you want to take that a little further, take a half happy baby, grabbing the pinky toe of your right foot with your right hand. Maybe rock a little bit side to side. One of my teachers can put the foot to the ear and calls it yogi phone call. So maybe see if you can take that call. If you want more, take that right lower leg over your right shoulder and your right hand over to your right. Both butt bones on the ground. Left hand, pinky toe edge of your right foot or the right ankle, and then pulse a little bit. There always comes this moment when it's like, okay, I'm stuck now. Then it's a real shoulder opener. So roll your left shoulder back, peek underneath the armpit, and then maybe straighten to the right leg. Push into your right palm, and then drag both your butt bones down to the ground. Then you can take that right leg back over your shoulder, squeeze it in, so obliques inner right thigh. Take your hands in front of you, rock back a bit so you can take your left ankle over your right ankle. I'm gonna bring my weight forward, push off, lift off, bend your elbows back, take your legs to your right, and you're in Astavakrasana, arm balance. And then you can take your time to come down. Shake out your legs. That's a lot of teeter-totter. Just how do I bring my weight forward and back? All right, cross your ankles, come over your shins, step back, jump back, float back, skip, be in down dog. And then let's all take a brief child's pose or sit up on your shins whenever you're done flowing through whatever you wanted to flow through. Moving to our second side. I'm going to switch sides. You stay where you are. All right. Breath, breath, breath. I think I say that like 100 times in the class, but there's not a single moment we don't breathe. So there's always a good moment to be reminded, right? Okay, all fours, inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bring your big toes to touch. Inhale, ripple forward. You want to fire up your belly. Squatting back, look forward. Use legs, glutes. Step or jump, half lift. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Bend your knees, reach your arms up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Floating your left knee up so you can figure four chair, left ankle, right thigh. Flex the left foot, helps to stabilize your left knee, activating your whole left leg. Stick your booty way out. Whenever you feel steady, first two fingers left hand around the left big toe, coming up to stand first. Maybe right hand to the right hip or reach it out to the right for balance. And then once you feel ready, kick that left leg out to the left. Leg doesn't have to straighten. Roll the left hip underneath you. Superhero in the heart. Utthita Hasta Paragustasana B. And then for A, swing the leg forward. Take your tailbone underneath you to lift the left heel a little higher. All right, keep that toe lock if you have it. Step that left foot all the way down next to your right. Right hand lowers as well. Keep the toe lock, little half lift. Exhale, step your right foot back, runner's lunge. Pivot right heel to the left, from the ground up, push into the feet. Lengthen through the left leg, hips draw back, and then fold it open. And steady breath. Again, very tempting to collapse in the shoulder and kind of hang here. Neck is long, opening through the front body, especially across your chest and upper back. Now gotta release that toe lock to find reverse warrior. Inhale, bend the left knee, seek the left arm overhead. Exhale, side angle, left hand to the inside of the left foot, right arm up. And then go for your bind, taking your right arm around the low back, left arm underneath the left thigh. Totally cool to round down right to find your bind, but then roll it open. Very different experience. Okay. And then mindfully turn your left toes to the right, finding that bound wide forward fold, and just adjust that bind a bit so you're hugging that left upper leg. Heel toe your right feet a little closer together. Go for a smidge of a walk, 2 feet or so between your feet, a half meter-ish. Bend your knees, let the head drop. Then on the inhale, try to straighten through your legs as much as you can. Turn your chest open to the right and press into the left big toe mount. Then let the knees soften, turn your gaze down. Twice more. Inhale, pulsing, lengthening through, heart open to the right. And then exhale, soften. One more time. Inhale, open this up. And then exhale, soften. Now you don't have to take bird of paradise. You can just meet me in a tree pose. Your right leg will be your standing leg, facing the direction that you're facing. Or pop onto the ball of the left foot. Inhale, look forward and up. Roll your left shoulder back. Look forward and up. Look forward and up. Gosh, so powerful. Right away, try to straighten through the arms. And then if you want, maybe straighten through that left leg. Pointing through the toes if you can. Go for 1. Go for 2. And then if you have the bind, carefully let it go. Ego wrap. Left leg over right, taking right arm over left. Hug half or perhaps possibly your full ego arms. Booty back, lift your elbows up and then fold over your left thigh. Look forward, not down. Breathe in the back body. Hands come all the way down. Maybe bend your right knee a bit more so you can step your left foot over to the right and take your right foot over to the left, sitting down. It can be similar to your Ardha Maksikanagasana seated twist setup, or walk your feet away from one another, stacking the knees. You can stay up, you can fold over, or if you want the shoulder opener, reaching your right arm up, bend the elbow, hand in the nape of the neck. You can just let that left hand guide the right hand further down, or circle the left arm all the way down and around, finding whatever clasp you want to find. Stay up, a little bit of that posterior tilt in the hips, or perhaps forward fold. Breathing into your back body, Koundinyasana, deep inhale, side out. And then take your time to bring yourself up. Release your bind, take both hands to your right. Push into the feet, the hips lift. Find that little wide forward fold to your right. Half lift on the inhale. Exhale, turn over your left leg, facing the back of the mat. Lower your right knee down, untuck your toes. Find your lizard on palms or on forearms. Looking forward. Now you might be like, you know what, we already did Koundinyasana too, I don't need to do it again. Just meet me in the left down dog split over the next 4 breaths or so. Otherwise, walk your hands back, tuck your right toes, lift the knee by kicking through the heel. Again, I like to walk my hands a bit back. Pop onto the ball of the left foot. You can literally rock your weight forward there. You feel the left shoulder touching your inner left thigh. Bend your elbows back. And then maybe take your Koundinyasana 2 from the ground up. Find your left down dog split on the inhale. And let's actually, for the sake of time, just take this over to your rock star to your right. Open it up. And then look down so you can lower yourself down onto your right booty cheek. All right, from the middle of your mat, I'll come to face you. Bend your right knee so you can draw the shin towards you so it's roughly parallel in front of you. And then take your left lower leg between your hands. Give it a rock, a cradle. Maybe you want to take it between your forearms and just give it a beautiful hug. You can be here. Otherwise, you can move on to half happy baby. Grab the pinky toe of the left foot and pulse here. And you can stay here for a couple of breaths, or literally use both your hands to take the left leg over your left shoulder. I need my hands. Left hand over to your left, right away. Anchor that left sit bone down. Your right hand goes to the pinky toe edge of the left foot coming from up above or the ankle, and then pulse a little bit. So you're gonna push into that left hand also to help that left leg go further back. Then rolling your right shoulder back. Surya Yantrasana, your sundial pose. Find your breath. Sit bones down. And then take your time to bend that left knee. Take it back over your shoulder. As you hug it in. Inner obliques, inner thighs. Hands come down in front of you. Hook right ankle over left. You gotta rock your way a bit back. As you bring your weight forward, push off, lift off. Elbows bend back, legs to the left. Astavakrasana, look to your left. Maybe even look down, quite challenging. And then take your seat back down to the ground. You can shimmer out your legs. Shimmer out your legs, shake out your legs. Cross your ankles, come over your shins. A step back, a jump back, a float back. Vinyasa of your choice. Maybe nice sigh when you get back to down dog. And then take a brief child's pose or sit up on your shins. All right, how we doing? Okay, so I got one more mini wave for you. Because I wanted to get as many arm balances in today as I could. If you have a towel and you feel a bit sweaty, you might want to wipe your triceps a little bit. Okay. And whenever you're ready, all fours on the inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bring your big toes to touch. Inhale, float your right leg all the way up into the sky. Right knee to nose, figure four, right ankle over your left thigh, booty back. Inhale, weight comes forward, figure four plank. You can step back to plank or figure four chaturanga to upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And next inhale, big toes touching, float your right leg all the way up. Exhale, right knee to nose. And then figure four, right ankle over your left thigh, booty back. Walk your hands back to your left foot, finding a figure four, forward fold. Again, if you have a hand towel nearby, maybe just wipe your triceps a little bit as I want to keep things safe. Maybe stay in that figure four, forward fold, beautiful. Or find a half lift, bending your left knee, look forward. Take your hands in front of you until your arms are straight. Pop into the ball of the left foot, look forward. Literally place your right shin across your triceps. Hook that right foot around the left, look forward. Maybe let the left foot float. Maybe extend that left foot behind you. And then let's all meet in a figure four, forward fold. Half lift on the inhale. Exhale, walk forward to a figure four down dog. Keeping that figure four, take it into your figure four plank, but then carefully lower your right shin down underneath you and turn to face your left so your booty comes down to the ground. Straighten out through your right leg. You're in Konasana, facing the left long edge of your mat. I'd like to prepare you though, so we're going to take a funky twist. face your left leg, take your left hand behind you, inhale, right arm up. Exhale, so you can take your right pinky finger to your left pinky toe, just kind of slide them past one another. If you want a deeper twist, I like my right elbow to the outside of my left calf, and then take your left forearm next to the right. You can literally push into your forearms, maybe look forward, maybe flex to your feet. Your right hip bone will lift off, that's okay. Your sit bone, I meant, just energetically anchor it down. Deep inhale, maybe side out. Then use your next inhale to walk your hands back. Bend your right knee, draw the heel in towards you, and then turn over your right leg. Make sure you face the top of the left foot down. Tuck your left toes. Inhale a right down dog split. Exhale, step the right foot through between your hands. Left foot comes a foot forward, finding your pyramid, Parsva, a little railroad track between your heels. A half lift, take both hands on the inside of your right foot, let the head drop. I think we did this last time as well. Take your right hand, the arm is on the inside of your right leg, to the left ankle, calf, or thigh. Maybe that's enough, just draw your right hip back. You can take your left hand to the right ankle overhead, and then perhaps turn your chest open to the left for this funky triangle variation, a reverse triangle, revolved triangle variation. And then carefully uncoil, frame your right foot, half lift. Left hand down, maybe tented fingers or block. Sweep your right arm up to counter that revolved triangle pose. As you can level out the hips a bit. Left hip up, right hip down. And then take your right hand back down, forward fold over your right leg. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step the left foot next to your right, finding your forward fold. I'm going to scoot back a bit so I can face you and grab my towel. Do me a favor, wipe your right tricep if you feel that you're a bit sweaty. Let's come up, chair pose on the inhale. Exhale, hands to heart. And then float your right knee up, figure four, right ankle, left thigh. Maybe you want to just press your forearms onto your right shin. Perhaps twist to your left and take your right upper arm to the sole of your right foot and find your twist there. Or take both hands down to your left and pop onto the ball of your left foot. Now you want to take that right foot really high up on your right tricep, hands underneath your shoulders, bring your weight forward, and then maybe kick your left foot forward for your dragonfly, your actually grasshopper, different names. And then take that left foot back down. Maybe come then into a toe stand. Very challenging. Push that left heel in your perineum and maybe hands to the heart. Go for one. So challenging. Go for two. And then unhook the ankle, find your forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step back, a jump back, a float back, skip. Upward facing dog. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Deep inhale through the nose, and side out. And then take your time, a brief child's pose or sit up on your shins. Okay. We're moving into our final lap. And then we're done with this epically long arm balance sequence. We've got a lot of them in though, so keep your towel on your body handy. Okay. Inhale, full force. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's bring your big toes touch. Inhale, float your left leg up. Exhale, left knee to nose, figure four, left ankle over your right thigh, press your booty back. Keep that glued together as you come forward, figure four plank. You can step back or figure four chaturanga once you're halfway down. Unhook to upward facing dog. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift that left leg back up into the sky. Exhale, knee to nose, figure four, left ankle, right thigh. Walk your hands back to your right foot, finding your figure four forward fold. You can just allow yourself to hang over your right leg, pulse to the right leg if you need to, and maybe give your triceps a bit of a wipe. You really need skin on skin traction, especially for that foot. Bend your right knee, look forward, take your hands forward. I like my arms straight. Pop on the ball of your right foot, place that left shin across your triceps. Hook the left foot, look forward. Maybe let your right foot float. Breath, breath, breath. Look forward, fingerprints. Maybe extend the right leg back. And then find your figure four, forward fold, Koundinyasana. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, walk it forward, figure four, down dog. And then when you're in your figure four, down dog, come to figure four plank. Carefully lower the left shin down underneath you. Turn to your right so your booty can lower down. And then extend your left leg long to the left. And you're facing the right long edge of the mat. Upavishta, kick through your heels. Right hand goes behind you. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, left pinky finger to the right pinky toe. Make the twist. Maybe take your left forearm to the outside of your right calf. Again, I like to come on both my forearms. Pushing down, maybe look forward. Kicking through your heels. Big breath in. Maybe side out. And then please, no rush, walk your hands back. Take your left heel in by bending your left knee. Turn over your left leg, make sure the top of your right foot is down. Tuck your right toes. Inhale, a left down dog split. Exhale, step the left foot through, and your right foot comes a foot forward, a bit over to the right. Your Parsva, a small half lift. And then exhale, fold over. Take both your hands to the inside of your left foot. Let the head drop. Make sure that left arm is on the inside of the left leg. Then you can take your left hand to the right thigh, the calf, the ankle. Pull your left hip back. Maybe that's enough where your right hand goes to the left ankle overhead. Turn your chest open to the right. Keep a very steady gaze. Push to the tripod of your feet, especially your big toe mounts. This one can really mess with your proprioception. Okay. And then take your time. Keep pulling the left hip back. Fold over your left leg. Parsva. Inhale, half lift. We'll go for a counter twist. Right hand underneath your shoulder, tented fingers, block, left arm up, Parvita, Trikonasana. What can you level out? Just makes for a deeper twist and a spice to your hamstring stretch. And then take that left hand down, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, and exhale, step the right foot next to the left for your Uttanasana. Bend your knees, sweep your arms up, inhale, chair pose. Exhale, hands to the heart. I'm gonna walk it back a bit. I need to wipe my tricep. I'm sorry, I don't wanna go smack on my face. Left tricep, that is. Hands to heart, float the left knee up, figure four, left ankle, right thigh, booty back, maybe forearms to shin. Maybe you wanna twist to your right, give it a try. Take that left tricep to the sole of the left foot. And then carefully turn your chest open to your right. Steady, steady. Seat back. Maybe hands come down to your right, pop into the ball of your right foot. Hands underneath your shoulders, step that left foot really high up on your left tricep. Take your weight forward, and then perhaps kick your right foot forward and through for your grasshopper. A breath, fingerprints, and then take that right foot back down. I'll come to face you. So you can sit on your right heel. Figure 4 still. Wow, so hard. Go for 1. And go for 2. Steady gaze. I'm holding my breath. Aye. Go for 3. Okay, enough of that. Step your feet together, forward fold, front of the mat, Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, you take it back your way. Step back, jump back, float back. And I'll see you in downward facing dog. Deep inhale, side out. We did a million figure 4s. I'm just gonna omit pigeon today. But do come down to your hands and knees. Swivel your feet out to one side, drop your seat behind you, and then lengthen your legs out in front. I would like to stretch you a little bit through your front body. So let's come to lie on your back. Feet down, knees facing up. Maybe a little windshield wiper might be nice. Just plant your feet down. Hands beside you so you can graze the back of your heels with your middle fingers. And then let's push into the feet, the hands to lift the hips, neck is nice and long. Slightly tuck your chin. And then inhale, reach your arms all the way up to the ceiling and overhead until the back of the hands touch. And exhale, massage your spine as you bring your hands back down. I'm gonna go for 2 more. Inhale, coming up. And exhale, taking it down. One more time, inhale, coming up. And exhale, take it down. Now you might want to take Setu Bandhasana, bridge pose. Working your shoulders underneath you, interlace the fingers. Pushing into the feet, especially your big toe mount. Maybe this is enough. If you want to, you can take your hands by your ears, pushing into your feet, perhaps coming up into your Ardha Dhanurasana, your wheel pose. Might be nice to come onto the balls of your feet. That can just give you a lot of extra space in your lower back. And then whenever you're ready, take it back onto your back. Little windshield wiper. Perhaps you want a happy baby, or maybe a plow or a shoulder stand instead, or in addition. Just start to make your way over the next couple of moments in and towards Shavasana. That can be soles of the feet together, knees wide, one hand to heart to belly for Supta Bakasana, or your legs can be long. I will set us up for a little bit of sound. As we make our way in and towards Shavasana. All right. So you can make your way into a comfortable lying down position. Thank you so much for practicing with me. I hope to see you soon. Namaste.